Hello and welcome to Division 3 Spa here for Season 2, round 17? Yeah, 17 of League of Europe. So it will be myself. I'll be joined by the regular commentator, Mr. J. Cole, but for now he's just running... Oh, here he is. There we go. You're right. Yeah. Fair play. So we're not going to have a fancy lap because I'm nowhere near as technically minded as J. Cole. Got a few people in the chat. Oh, we've got Frankie in the chat. Yes, and his son is first out. Where is Car Cannon? There was a seat. If you can bring it in. We can't hear J. Cole. Ah, fair. Lots of people in the chat, lots of people excited. Good evening. Good evening, Gary.
There we go. Now you should be able to hear me. Good evening.
Can we hear J. Cole now?
Everybody in the chat.
I've had a bit of a meltdown with my PlayStation, so that's great. I don't know if you saw, but
if it don't happen again.
Yeah, I know. But where are we with the standings?
Right. From what I can gather, I thought Adri had won it last week. I completely bottled that. And what actually happened was Big W got the fastest lap point, so Adri didn't actually end up winning the championship last week. But all Adri has to do is finish P10 and get that fastest lap. And knowing this being Adri's best track, I can only see it really going one way with Adri actually winning this championship. I can see him lock it down today. He is 49 points ahead of Big W, the only other contender in this championship. James is out of it. He's down in third, from what I am aware. I believe in fourth is still either Bryn Mike. I've just loaded up the wrong website because I'm trying to have a look at the standings. Quick. Yeah, so Adri is currently in first. It says that he is on no, sorry, not even 100. He should be on about 220 points, if I'm not mistaken. Thing just disappeared. Where is it? There we go. 219 points. So Adri is on 219. Big W is on 170 and 49 points behind, as I said. James is on 154. He is 65 points behind him. It's actually Eduk is in fourth, despite him not actually starting the race last time on 132. Close behind was our last race winner, Nico. He's been having some good form as of recent. He is currently sitting in fifth, just 2 points behind Eduk. Mike is in sixth, only 3 points behind Nico, so the two Red Bulls are pretty close together and maybe want to try and battle it out for that position. More than likely will be like for fourth place. Mr. Wuta, who unfortunately isn't able to race for the rest of the league, he's still sitting in seventh at the moment with MCR, 3 points behind him still, and MCR's actually in the lobby this time, so he's going to have an opportunity to try and overtake Mr. Wuta this race. He might even cause some chaos with in regards to championship battle. P9 is heated on 91 points. He is definitely looking to see if he can have a bit of redemption, because 5 DNFs out of the last 6 races, and out of the last 8 races, he's only finished 1 of them. So he is definitely looking to get back on form. So he's down in 9th on 91 points. It's not too bad considering that he's on 91 points with like 8 races not finished. Down in 10th, we've got Aledi on 67 points. Is he actually racing with us today as well? He is.
He is.
He had actually a pretty good, a very good race in Germany, finishing in P2. He was pretty close to finishing in first, but had an unfortunate off. I think he was actually leading the race at one point until that incident. Smiski's down in 11th on 60 points, only 7 points behind Aledi, so he's looking to see if he can have a bit of redemption in this as well. Wakursk in 12th. He actually finished P4 last time out in Abu Dhabi, and that is his best finish so far. I know what Wakursk is capable of, so I know he can go a bit quicker. Who else have we got? Ryan B is in 13th. He is on 42 points. Dave in 14th on 40 points. Jasper's actually only 1 point behind Dave on 39, and Frey's only 1 point behind Jasper in 38. So his battle for P14 in the championship is looking a bit spicy as well. Ghost is down in 17th with 32 points. He's actually been having a decent run of form as of late. Norwich City is down in 18th with 22 points. Ibo is in 19th with 15. Red Bank in 20th with 15 as well, so they're having a little bit of a scuff between the pair of them. Ricardo TV in 21st with 12. LFC in 22nd with 11 points, excuse me. Car Cannon in 23rd with 9. Cloudy Cloud 24th with 5. Yestin in 25th. He's on 3 points, and Craigie newbie joiner is in 26th with 2 points, and then Vettel, aka New Zealand Cam, he is currently sitting down in last without any points. And I know this man is very, very quick, or it can be very quick, so it's just he's had a few unfortunate circumstances happen to him as of late, so we'll see what he is capable of doing.
Right, first things first, who are these absolute crazy people going out on hards?
I have no idea. Aledi and James both going out on the hards.
That to me is, I mean, people say, oh yeah, but people like to get a bit of a, you know, a banker, and I'm like, well, you can do that on softs. This is, I don't think we're giving anything away by saying, unless there's a change of weather. Is there a change of weather? Anyone
Maybe.
Tell us if there's a change of weather, and then I take it all back. But
Raining the race and people starting hards.
yeah, true. The times don't seem as, I mean, don't be wrong, I think a 40, well, other than Adri, I think a mid 43 is going to be a very good time here. It's forecast for Chantal, no, it won't come, dry or race. It's forecasted for 10 minutes.
In qualifying it is.
Again, so why are you going out on the hards? That's crazy. Obviously people haven't looked. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So who's on an out lap? Wakursk is out, but he's on a slow one. Eduk is out. But yeah, so I mean, really, I think Adri could probably just not even race tonight, and he's more than likely going to win. It would require Big W to actually win the race. Yeah, and that's easier said than done, because Nico's picked up his form. Eduk's very quick. Ivor's no slouch. Oh, Cloudy Cloud is retired. That is not good news. We've got guys like Breadbank as well. He's going to be a bit disadvantaged because he's obviously not set a banker, and it's always, you always feel a bit more pressure when you don't do that.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. It's a bit more on your shoulder. Spa is a very long lap, so it's difficult to try and at least get around the whole lap, making it perfect on point as well. So that's why we're not currently seeing like a lot of quick times from what we were previously. So it's good to watch the chat scene and it's leaving so
I'm not sure the LoE steward cares. He'll just be licking his lips, or her lips. Breadbank, I think, is actually on a lap. So we'll run with him.
People in chat saying I'm a bit quiet, by the way.
A tiny bit quiet on my end, but nothing crazy. Would that be my settings? Would I have to do something, or is it? You?
Could be a mix of both. Hang on. See if I can sort something out on my side.
Red Bank with a 43... No, 44.2.
Should be a lot better now.
That is a lot better.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's way better. Edux on a good lap. As we'll follow him, because this is going to be, as it stands, if he was to just do the same sector 2 and same sector 3, he'd go pole.
We'll have to wait and see. As I know, I'm currently just watching, I don't know why I was watching Ghost, to be honest with you. He's not currently on a lap. Jasper's just started his lap. MCR's just started his lap. Vettel is currently in sector 2. It looks like it's going to start hammering down with rain soon, so everyone is now just trying to get their laps in. I think Big W might be the furthest one ahead. He's just coming. He's just starting sector 3 now,
Ooh.
if I'm not mistaken.
Aletti's binned it.
Breadbank was so close to binning it as well. Yeah, furthest one. It looks like it's. Did I say it was Big W, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
and he's actually 6/10 up on his time, but he's just gone very wide going through. I can't remember what the corner's called.
This looks really sloppy. He should have done. Oh, he's obviously invalidated somewhere because he was very up. Adri, see, Adri doesn't want to start anywhere in the kind of the vicinity of anybody. Yeah, basically, I think he'll be happy with third if it stays as it is.
Yeah, although he is 4/10 up on his time, and if he wants the rain to start kicking in, he's going to want that to start kicking in around now. Because he's coming towards the end of his lap. Nico's just gone on, done a faster lap, doing a 43.5, so good job to the man in the Red Bull. Adri's now coming up to the bus stop chicane now. Ooh. Has a bit of a slide coming out of it as well. It's going to hamper his lap, but is it still going to be faster than what his 144.0 is? No, it's not.
Jeez. He's lost it big time there. Ivor goes over the line and he jumps him.
Mike goes ahead of him.
Wow. Oh,
MCR as well, coming through the bus stop chicane. He's also slid, but gone straight into the pits. Is it starting to rain now?
It might be.
It doesn't look as if it is yet.
Breadbank just lost it around Poulan, I think.
Might have touched the inside curb.
It's easily done. See, is anyone going? No, no one's going for another lap.
Ghost is on a lap. I'm just watching through him. He's coming around sector 2 now. He's actually 9/10 up on his time as well. So where he could be put, he actually might go ahead of MCR at this. Well, no, he won't go ahead of MCR. He'll go ahead of Aleddy. So he'd only jump up one position. But then again, there is more time for improvement. The rain is starting to kick in now. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I just saw a couple of raindrops on the screen, unless that's just my eyes deceiving me. But Ghost now coming around the bus stop chicane now, coming up towards the line. What's his time? He's done a 45.1. He does go ahead of MCR.
That looked very neat. He's probably one of the most improved drivers in recent times from what I've seen.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like he's actually going for another lap.
Why not?
So I'm going to stick on board with him and see how he does. Aleddy's actually on a set of the mediums. Ghost has had a little wobble up going up through Radion. I don't know if he's going to carry on with that lap. We'll see when it comes towards the end of sector 1. I think he's just given up on that lap. Oh, he's actually a 10th up. So he could end up going ahead of Vettel if he carries on this lap, although he looks very low on ERS.
Yeah, that's going to kick him in the teeth, I think, when it comes down to the last straight. He's still running in 5 as well. Ooh, that didn't look too neat either.
Certainly will. But I think a lot of these guys now are just starting to come out for their final laps. I'm seeing quite a few people out on their out laps. Aleddy jumps up to P12 just ahead of Jasper on those set of mediums, so good going from the man in the racing point. I suspect he'll want to try and get in as quick as possible to try and go for another lap on a set of, or try and go for a lap on the set of the softs, unless he's actually just looking to start outside the top 10 and go for another set. But Ghost is actually 2/10 up on his time, and even though his ERS is running out, he may actually go up ahead of Vettel on this point.
It was a terrible
Sticks it in
shame.
overtake with the low ERS. It is very terrible for ERS as well. I know what you mean. It's awful. But here we go. Ghost now coming up towards the bus stop chicane. Is he going to get that stopped in time? It looks as if he is. He did look like he may have cut the corner though. It doesn't look like he's hampered it though. He's just going to carry on towards the line. It's not faster.
No, that shows you how important I think and straight line speed is around here, because he was flying.
He was flying through.
Big W's up.
He really was.
And he needs to be up.
He's up on about 2 tenths.
He needs a really good lap here. I mean, I would say he needs to get ahead of Adri. I think he needs to cause Adri some problems, but that's going to be a hell of an ask. He does, yeah.
He needs to get on pole. There's no way, no doubt about it. If Nico, because Nico was looking quite strong around here. He's been, as I said, he's been picking it up as of recent. With him doing a 43.5, Big W needs to try and get ahead of that.
Good for the constructors as well, because at the moment, first and third for Red Bull. I don't know exactly how far they're behind, but they're certainly still within a shout. What can you do?
Exactly.
Picks
He's
up.
coming up to line.
Massive.
43.6.
Now, this all goes back to Adri now, doesn't it?
And Eduk as well, because Eduk's just about to come across the line. He goes on pole 43.3.
Wow.
So good lap from him. Will the other counterparts that are currently sitting in the top 5 be able to have something to say about that though? Big W's done a 43.6, and I don't know if he's going to be able to go out for another lap. Or he might try and go around on 0 ERS and then try and hammer it down for the final part. Although think about the weather conditions, they may start playing a part. It is looking very grey out there.
Got 32 viewers. Welcome one and all.
Rep him.
Absolutely crazy.
I'm going to spectate our championship leader Adri on a lap now. Around the first corner, gets a nice exit coming out of there now, leading up towards Eau Rouge and Radion. He needs to have a very good exit coming out of Radion. And he's done just that. We'll see what he goes up on. As Nico's actually starting a lap as well. Oh, he's actually down on his time.
Unless he's
not by much though.
Well, this is it. Sector 1's not. You can't really gain tons of time. It's going to be all in Sector 2.
There's the rain. There's the rain. It's hit at a bad point for Adri. He might actually be starting the best he can start his P5. Although I don't know, you know, because the rain may not kick in like in an instant. Although it is starting to chuck it down a bit already.
Car seems fine through Puon. This will tell us a lot.
Just keeping an eye on it.
Seems so
This
smooth.
Sector 2, it will tell us. It will tell us. Here we go. What's his time? It's 3 tenths up. It's only 3 tenths. Compared to last time, it was 9 tenths. So with 3 tenths up, he may go just ahead of Big W.
This is big for his... It just depends where it kicks in. It doesn't seem to have kicked in there. There's a bit of spray, but it doesn't seem to have affected him.
Through bus stop. It looked like he had to brake a bit earlier. Final corner, bit of a slide. 43.7, he goes behind Big W.
Really
Mike
good
as
grid.
well. Mike could play a part in. Well, I say Mike could play a part into it because of the rain. He may not actually play a part.
No, that's true.
I feel like this actually might just be our grid. Enoch on pole. I could be wrong. We'll see what Mike is doing. Yeah, he's down his time by 4 tenths, so I think that is what we're going to get.
I think that is all she
Lukaku
wrote.
actually jumped up to P8. I didn't see that. Jasper's down on his time by quite a few seconds. Just up ahead of him, I think, was Heated as he goes into the pit.
Oh.
And yeah, Jasper makes his way into the pit. Mike through the bus stop now. Does he carry on? No, he makes his way into the pit as well. What about Evo? Evo's currently just doing his final lap.
Just a quick one. Can someone invite James back?
Oh, and Evo spun.
He's doing some serious donuts. Don't expect anything from Ghost. Well, you're 11th, sir, so you're not in a bad spot. MCR, I mean, Aledi could well have very good pace. It's just he hasn't had a chance to show it because he's qualified on mediums, so...
Thing is with Spa, because of how long of a lap it is, you can't exactly rule anyone out of it. Unless obviously they just stop blitzing away of it.
Yeah.
In fact, probably where Big W and Adri are starting are probably their best bets to start.
True. Yeah, you don't want to be on pole here, really. Maybe that was... I mean, maybe I'm looking into it too much, but Adri is 8/10 slower than what I've seen him do in a different league 6 days ago. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but...
I think the rain's probably played a part into that.
Yeah, maybe actually.
Because he, as I said before, he was 9/10 up on his time. When it came to the bus stop chicane where he had that little slide, that's where that just depleted. So, I think if it wasn't for that little spin, Adri would have been on pole.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Division 1 kicking off now, if anyone wants to have a little look at that. James is an excellent commentator for those who haven't heard him. So yeah, definitely worth a little listen if you get the chance.
Or if you want to continue watching exciting action and not watching Montana win every single race, then you're more than welcome to stay here.
Well, we've got some new guys that are going to be joining from next season, just talking about their times, which is good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to... Someone's in the 42s. That's impressive. So that will be...
But just ending off on that session, Enoch is your pole sitter with Nico sitting in second, Big W in third with Adri in fourth. The two championship rivals next to each other on the grid. It's going to be spicy. Mike in fifth with Breadbank in sixth, Heated seventh with Kurski in eighth, Jasper in ninth, Vettel rounding out that top 10. Ghost, MCR, Aleri, James, Smitsky, Ibo, Dave, Ryan B and Cloudy Cloud will all get their own free choice of tyre. You got to think Ghost is also going to be playing a big part in that. Ghost and MCR starting 11th and 12th.
Yeah, if MCR can keep it clean, we know he's got pace, so he could be a nuisance to the front runners.
Especially if he starts on like a harder tyre to start off with and holding them up when they've all made their pit stops.
Yeah, definitely.
There's always that opportunity up. For some unknown reason I see a Ferrari in the pits.
Start from the pit lane. Oh, hopefully this doesn't glitch the whole blooming thing. Who are the Ferraris?
I'm not sure who that Ferrari is. Breadbank and...
I don't know who's
it might
in
be
the
Car
Ferrari.
Cannon actually.
Oh yeah, it will be.
Oh no, hang on. No, it's Ryan B in the session. Yeah, Ryan B.
Oh,
Ryan B and Breadbank.
James has just joined in time. I think. I hope. Anyway.
I can't see his name.
I don't think he's...
I don't think James is him.
No. Massive shame, to be fair, but...
Oh.
Yeah, 14th's missing.
The whole grid just disappeared then.
Yeah, I saw that. So what are we doing? Oh, Adri's getting a bit of taste from Breadbank on the formation lap. He won't be appreciating that. Ooh, as Ivor is... Don't brake on a straight. What are you doing? I don't know why I'm commentating a formation lap realistically, but... Do you know, I didn't see Jasper quite so high. That's a very good time. That's a very good place for him and Wakursk. And Smitsky can be proud of his time with the wheel.
What did he do?
He's down in 15th, but to be even vaguely competitive with a wheel and only having it a week, that's fairly good going.
Definitely.
Just the sign-ups haven't officially started, but I know there's people that are confirmed to sign up. We will send out the relevant form or whatever it might will be in the next few weeks, so don't worry too much in the chat.
Yeah, because I know this is a penultimate round of the season, so obviously if you guys are wanting to sign up for season 3, we haven't opened them as of yet. We will be opening them probably sometime within the Christmas period as such, so make sure you keep an eye on for that. Also, if you guys haven't heard about it as well, we have got a 24-hour F1 race going. That will be on the 21st to the 22nd of December, commentated by yours truly. I'm going to have a hell of a time, but that should be enjoyable to try and do. As Ricardo TV even said it in the chat, he's just stayed awake for 26 hours, so he knows the pain that I would probably end up going through. But it'd be interesting to say the least. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's at 24 of F1 on Twitter, or if you guys want, then you, I think our Discord link is on our website, which is f1.league of Europe. Oh no, sorry, is it F1 League of Europe.wordpress.com. You should be checking it out on there as well to get more information about the 24-hour race that will be happening.
Right, enough of the shameless plugs. I'll let you do the lights out.
Business end.
Shenanigans.
I've currently got a very crappy camera angle. There we go. So here we go. We have now got these 5 red lights. MCR got a jump start as well, and away we go. E-Duck looks like he's got a very good start on that as well, but MCR all up alongside Adri. Adri's just taking it very cautiously, going through turn 1. Heated has just spun around, going through there as well. Adri's already dropped down into P12, but I think he's just doing that just because he wants to try and be preservative of his front wing, and probably better to do that as well. Meanwhile, just up the head of the field, we've got 2 people going wide, Ghost and Heated going 2 abreast. Up, El Rouge and Radion have managed to keep it, by the way, and Breadbank and Ghost are now going side by side with each other. Just behind him, you've also got Wakusk and Jasper also going side by side of each other. We're going to have a bit of an interesting battle coming up towards the first corner, and Ghost actually managed to go around the outside of Breadbank, so Ghost now back up into P7, going back ahead of Breadbank. Wakusk and Jasper still going both side by side, and Wakusk managing to go ahead of Wakusk going ahead of Jasper. Jasper's a bit of a lock up, going down the hill, but manages to stay out ahead of Wakusk, although they're both still side by side, and Jasper's managed to hold that against him, although Jasper goes very wide coming out of Brussels, and Wakusk now, he's actually dropped 2 places. Wakusk and Eddie both managed to get past Jasper, going through Brussels, now going through Pouon. Jasper going wide once again, and Adri's now just gone down the inside of him. Now Adri, our championship leader, up into 11th. All he has to do is finish in P9 or P10 with the fastest lap, and that's it. That is the championship over.
Jasper's got some damage, I think. As MCR
he's got quite heavy
wide.
wing damage.
So Big W needs to do some moves. Nico and Ivor, the scourges of the.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mark. We've got the 2, Ghost and Wakusk, will both going side by side through. I still can't remember what that corner is called. It will come to my mind soon. But Wakusk managed to actually go down the inside of it, and Ghost was just keeping it outside. He's actually on a harder compound tyre, and he's up into P9, so he's done a very good job of doing that. Jasper and Vettel are both made their way into the pits, so we'll see where, like later on in the race, to see where they'll end up coming out. But we've also got a couple of guys up ahead, E-Duck and Nico. They've both gotten away quite cleanly. Already made that a second gap from his teammate of Ivor, Bryn Mike. Blanchimont, thank you very much, Ricardo. I'm going to count in my head. David's actually out of the race. I don't know where he's binned it up. Radion.
Radion.
Yeah. Safety car.
Wow.
So the 2 guys that have pit, Vettel and Jasper, are back in this.
How is your luck? Well, Vettel has gone for the softs, but Jasper doesn't have to pit again. He can easily get the whole way round on those hards. If he just keeps it clean, he doesn't have to pit again. Huge news. Well, as it stands, Adri's
going to be kicking himself.
Is anyone going to pit for hards?
They might.
Do you know what? This is really intriguing. Really intriguing because, I mean, could mediums get that? Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing mediums could just about get there.
They could take them to the end, just depending on when the safety car comes in. Usually, I think it'll probably be about lap 4 the safety car will come in. Lap 4, maybe even lap 5, and that will be enough to take the mediums. So if Vettel had actually gone for the mediums, he may have just carried that on. But I'm suspecting, I'm going to go on board with E-Duck because I'm going to expect him to come straight in once they've gone through that bus stop chicane. I'm keeping an eye on that racing point. Although the thing is, if they all do start coming in at the front, Nico and Mike are going to be stacking. The two McLarens, they're going to be stacking. MCR's got a drive-through penalty anyway, so he needs to get that served. A few guys are coming in heated. MCR follows him. Breadbank comes in. Kursk, Ghost stays out.
This is interesting.
Adri comes in. Cloudy Cloud stays out. Ryan B follows him in. Car Cannon stays out. Smirsky stays out. Does Ibo come in? Ibo stays out. Now, will the other two that are pit, will they stay out?
See, this is intriguing because I think if you're on the mediums, you might as well stay out.
Yeah. Right out.
Heated. Loses out to Ibo. Yeah, this is tough. This has really changed the fabric of the race. Jasper's still way down. Ryan B has taken the free pit stop, might as well.
Yeah. A few of these guys have actually gone on the set of hards. You got the likes of Heated, Breadbank, Ryan B, he's gone on a set of hards. The other guys have all gone for a set of the mediums. So Adri, Kursk, well, they didn't even do that, went for the set of mediums. MCR's gone for a set of the softs.
That is a bold move.
But our current championship leader is sitting down in 15th.
This is...
His best track is not where he wants to be.
I feel for Big W there. I think he might be the biggest loser because Ivor was out of DRS range of Nico. And I believe he was going to take him fairly easy on lap 3. Dave saying at least...
Especially with DRS.
Dave saying at least I threw a spanner in the works. Well, you did. Don't like seeing you DNF, but you have thrown a massive spanner in the works, I'll give you that. How was the Spag Bowl?
Very good. Did love a bit of Spag Bowl.
So, who are the big... Ryan B is retired. Where's he lost it there? Oh, Jasper's got a 5-second pen. Well, he might get that removed. As long as he hasn't got wing damage. And he doesn't have to pit again. He may well be able to...
Ryan B. Oh, he does! He didn't fix his wing damage.
Well, just go in. Just go in and serve it. Can you serve it under a safety car?
No.
You
can't serve drive-throughs or 5-second penalties or anything like that.
Has he got... I don't think he'll have another set of the
Jasper
halves.
still has wing damage. And I'm pretty sure he just hit the back of Adri.
Ooh.
Yeah, he goes in. And Vettel follows him actually as well, ironically. So they're both going to go on a set of the mediums, catch up with that safety car, and then at least then they'll be on the set of the mediums coming towards the end of the race. Oh, Ryan said he wasn't concentrating. He went into the back of someone and lost the front tyre. In fact, Vettel is serving a 5-second penalty, and Jasper did as well. So you probably... Oh, didn't you? You did. But Vettel's actually... Smitsky's DNF'd. What?
What's going on here? I'm hoping the safety car doesn't have any glitches, because this is... It should be okay, because I don't think anyone's a lap down. I think that's where it normally glitches out, so...
Smitsky... It looks as if he just binned it in turn 1.
Oh, yeah. It's the wheel, isn't it? It could easily happen.
Yeah.
So some mad... Maybe we need a safety car for the safety car, because everyone seems to be binning it.
Oh, he spun into a wall in power. What?
That's the problem. I think it's...
Vettel's put on another set of softs.
Well, I don't think... If was he on hards? No, because there won't be 2 sets of hards unless you selected it on
he was on softs all the time.
Oh.
He's been carrying on through softs.
Jasper can get to the end on those, definitely.
The guys that are on the mediums, that pit can go to the end. Guys that are on hards, that pit can go to the end. The guys on the softs are gonna have to make another stop. So those top 9 are gonna have to make another stop. Heated doesn't. MCR's gonna have to make another stop. Well, Kursk won't, Breadbank won't, Adri won't. So it's going to be that top, those 5. They are going to be an X factor in this race. As the safety car is coming in this lap, I'm going to go on board with Educk and see how he controls this safety car restart. Because Leclerc's just got a 5-second penalty for a collision with MCR.
You could argue there's 4 leaders in this race in some ways. You could argue it's either Educk, Ghost, Heated, and, well, it would have been Leclerc, but his race has just been nerfed a little bit. If he can take it to the end, maybe it will get removed. I don't know, but what's he going to do?
A 2-stop in this could also help, but here we go. I think we are going racing once again. Educk does get a good start coming out of the bus stop chicane. Sminsky's just left the session. Who else have we got that are going pretty close to each other? Heated and MCR look like they're pretty close to each other. Who else have we got? I think all the other guys have actually managed to get away pretty safely. So they can resume racing. Heated and Ibo are both going side by side of each other. Ibo down the inside of Heated. Both still side by side, and actually Heated's got past, but now Ibo and MCR are both side by side going. Oh no, not up. Okay, I was about to say not up El Rouge, but Ibo just gives that up. So Ibo now down in the 11th, and MCR is looking to try and chase him down. But Leclerc and Ibo are both going side by side now, coming through the DRS straight. We haven't got any DRS at the moment because of the safety car, but Heated and MCR both going side by side. Nico's actually left the session. He spun.
Oh my goodness. He's still going, but he's down in last, and now Big W, all he has to do really is stay with Ivor.
But look how much Ivor's already lost out to Educk.
I know, this is it. This is big news. Ghost is a big winner. Heated is just looking in fantastic shape here. If he can just keep it on terra firma, he's going to be all over the place. But he's got MCR right behind him, who's on 2 compounds softer, and that's not gonna be enjoyable. There's a bit of contact, I think. MCR does get through.
And Leclerc was looking to see if he can find a way through it as well, but not able to do so, so he's going to have to stick behind the Toro Rosso man.
Adri down in 14th. Not the best situation for him as he approaches Ibo. He needs to keep this clean. Ibo is going to give him a very wide berth.
Leclerc and Heated as well once again. They're very close to each other, along with Brett Bank in there as well. Leclerc was looking to see if he could try and go past Heated. Heated was just holding the middle of the track just so Leclerc had an option, but it wasn't going to be an easy option to pick. But on that compound softer, Brett Bank almost goes into the back of Leclerc. He's trying to keep it a bit careful. Adri's actually managed to get past Ibo, I didn't see that. Whereas MCR and Vettel actually make their way into the pits.
Is Nico back? No, he's not. I don't know what's happened to Nico, but his connection has let him down again. There's yellows somewhere.
Oh, Jasper spun. Jasper spun it up Radion. And Car Cannon and Heated are both going side by side. Car Cannon keeping it on the inside. Heated not able to get anything done. In fact, Car Cannon actually got past Leclerc. I didn't even realise that. But both of the Mercedes are now going side by side, and oh no, in fact, Car Cannon stays out ahead. Brett Bank and Leclerc both going side by side. Leclerc brakes very late. A little bit of contact, but Leclerc just keeps it up ahead.
Car Cannon's doing a hell of a job because he's on default setup, so... Well, I assume, anyway. Unless it was off part firmware, which I don't think it would have been. Oh, Brett Bank, careful, it's very bumpy.
Has gone very wide. And then, as now Adri's now up into 10th. He needs to be there with the fastest lap though, and Educk is the one that's currently holding it. But with Big W sitting in 3rd, that's not going to matter.
No, yeah.
In fact, I'm going up ahead with this one because Big W was only 3 tenths behind Mike.
Oh, Cloud's out! Wow, what a crash! I've just caught the end of it. Car Cannon's out as well. Car Cannon flew into the air, and that is absolutely madness. Watch out, lads, as you go around.
I think it's off the track anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. But I mean, that did look like that was a pretty hefty crash.
Well, this is it, and this just further goes into Adri's hands. He now just has to really nurse the car home. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
Was Jasper just getting the worst of it against Ozone Vettel? Nico is back.
That's good to see, but here we go. We've got a DRS train now. This is for P2. Big W is all over the back of Ivor Bryn Mike. Will he try and go for a move? Going through this tight and twisty chicane. No, he won't. He will have to stay behind him for now. Ghost is not actually too far behind him either, and Aledi is also just sitting there with the pair of them. These guys, I think they were the ones that started on a set of the medium, so they are going to have to make another pit stop. It's not as if they can try and take these to the end, but Bukurski's all over the back of Heated as well, the 4P6, and you can see Adri just in the background of these guys as well. Bradbank just appearing there over the hill, and Bukursk, knowing him, he is going to want to try and get past a Heated ASAP, especially being on a softer tyre, although it looked like he just scraped the wall coming out of Russell's corner. So I don't know if I don't think he got any wing damage from that. Hopefully not.
We just got a warning there, I suspect.
Yeah, I would expect that as well. But this battle for P2, Big W is all over the back of Mike, and he's going to want to get past him ASAP if he wants any chance to try and catch up to Educk. This is, as I said, Big W needs to win this race if he wants any chance of still being in this title race. If he doesn't win, it's over.
It's not really even trying to get past him. As Aledi gets past Ghost, we kind of missed that one out. So Aledi's now the fastest non-stopped medium runner. Yeah, a bit of contact there, but not everyone's wings are okay. So this is what Big W's planning. Big W is obviously planning on getting a good run and taking him down the Kemmel Straight. And I think...
Oh, Bukursk and Heated, here we go, sorry for P6. Bukursk going down the inside of Heated, going in towards turn 1. Heated just backs off with that and just lets him through on that one. Adri is now only just behind these guys as well, going for this. As I said, this is going to be a little bit of a DRS train. I believe Adri is actually going to be making his... no, it says for some reason from a pit stop this lap. I don't know why, but... Here we go. Adri has got a much better run coming off of Radion than what Heated has on those hard tyres. Heated with that DRS open as well. He's getting advantage off of Bukursk. Bukursk looking to go defensive on the inside. Adri just backs it off a bit, but Bukursk and Heated both side by side. Not going to be able to get any moves done. As Vettel was actually just retired from the session. MCR. I believe he's binned it up Radion.
Yeah, him and MCR have made contact and they're both in the wall. MCR's not moving. His car is still alive. Oh no. No, he can seemingly get it going again. That is unfortunate. And again, it's just keep it alive and you're going to get points, basically. I mean, Big W is obviously running a lot higher wing than Ivor, because when we were talking through that, I kept an eye on their battle as well, and it just wasn't making any progress whatsoever. So this is all playing into Adri's hands, but again, he's doing enough anyway. So
speaking of that though, Bukursk has already built up that massive gap from him and Heated. Look, he's already 2.5 seconds, and Heated is actually just going to say to Adri, just go ahead, because it looks like Heated was actually just holding him back. So Adri's now up into P7 despite that awful start, and he's now going to try and chase it down. Technically he could be in net second. Yeah,
I don't think Heated wanted any part of that. I don't think he wants to be the guy to take out a championship leader, but he's going to have a good run. If he can just stay within a second, he's going to have a run on the Kemmel Straight.
Yeah.
Big W.
That's a good point.
Ghost is right behind Aledi.
That's what I was just keeping my eye out on as well. Ghost looking like he was wanting to go for a move down towards turn 1, but he's just having to stick behind the racing point for now, although he has got that DRS open. Aledi doesn't have any DRS. Aledi goes defensive on the inside. Ghost now going around the outside into the braking zone. They're still side by side, but Ghost I think has managed to get the move done, and Ghost now up into P4. Big W still can't seem to find a way to get past Ivor Bryn Mike.
No.
Despite having that DRS.
What a move by Ghost. Heated staying with Adri, which will be nice for him. I mean, if he can just stay in the vicinity of Adri, then he can... Adri's tyres will degrade at some point.
Yeah, quicker than what Heated's will, so maybe going on the hards could have been a smarter strategy, and then come towards the end of the race, you never know what can happen.
It's all kind of quiet now. I mean, I don't really want to talk on strategies, but I don't understand what these lads are doing, if I'm honest, in second and third. They need to... Ivor's not being put under any pressure.
Although you're saying that, Big W has closed in massively coming up towards the bus stop chicane. We did get to about a 2 tenths, but I think... Oh, they're actually coming in. Just as you were saying it. So these guys in P2 and P3, they are making their way into the pits. Where will they actually end up coming out in relation to everybody else in this? They're going to be behind the guys that have already made their stops. Heated looks like he's just going a bit out of shape and keeps on sliding quite a few times, but Redbank's just got a 10-second penalty. Not too sure what for.
I don't know what you'd have to really cut. Oh, Zaledi gets a fantastic run on Ghost. Unless something goes drastically wrong, this will be a slam dunk move.
Yeah, that's that done. Ghost just has to stick in a P3 for now. Although these two are doing a brilliant job, to be honest with you. Ghost as well, considering that he wasn't too quick at the beginning of the year. Him keeping up with Aledi, who's actually... he's a bit of an underdog in this, in my opinion. I'm kind of shocked that he's only sort of down in like P9 in the championship, because he has got that pace.
Big W has either been held or had to serve a pen, because he is absolutely miles behind either.
Oh, he is as well, isn't he?
And Nico is... oh, he's got to stop again, but he's done well considering he was disconnected for quite so long. What a podium this is. Ida, Aledi and Ghost. I know there's a lot to change, but they're doing well, because these other guys are going to have to really root through the field, like Ivor. And Heated is also doing incredibly well as well.
Yeah, as I said, the guys on the hards could play a massive part into it, as Edok, our race leader, does make his way into the pits. Will anyone choose to follow him now? Doesn't look as if it will.
I think taking this off so long is I get why people have done it, because they're not that warm, but I think it's a bit of a mistake, because you lose the undercut laps quite significantly to the guys that are on the reverse strategy.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's just coming around the final corner now, coming across the line. Edok's just gotten out of his pit box. It's going to be close between the pair of them. Well, I think Edok has managed to get that edge. Yep, Edok is out ahead of Mike, but it doesn't look as if it was a big of a gap as it was before.
No. No, he's really gained on him. Ghost just staying with Aledi. If he can do that, Breadbank with another pen, he seems to be racking them up. I know we don't look at them, but I suspect he's going to be heavily under the cosh.
It might even be on for disqualification at this point.
Yeah, well, yeah, they don't like the 10-second pens. I think I don't think you can get as... oh, as Ghost. He clips the wall, but unbelievably. I mean, I've seen people DNF on this collision model just by clipping the wall round here, so no damage at all. And he said don't expect much. Yeah, he said don't expect much from him, but circumstances have kind of gone in his favour big time. All the gaps are more than a second, so I'm going to use this as a bit...
sticking with this one.
Yeah, I'm going to use it as a bit of an opportunity, actually, just to have a look at constructors. Let's have a look. Oh, his Ghost is really clinging on to the back of him. As it stands, the constructors could near enough be over as well.
It's between Red Bull and Renault, and I'm looking at it at the moment. Renault are the ones that are up ahead of it, as Adria has set that fastest lap, so he's got that fastest lap point that he needed. The question is, will anyone be able to take it off him? As a Breadbank actually gets past, Big W gets past Breadbank. Breadbank makes his way into the pit. Big W now takes that fastest lap from him.
Ghost with a pen. That could be really crucial.
The back of Aledi. Will Ghost opt to go for a move? As Aledi was thinking about going to be defensive on the inside, Ghost has to brake a bit extra just so he avoids contact with the racing point.
Oh, Breadbank's been really hurt, and he's way down. I'm guessing we had to serve that pen that he was dished out, or one of them.
More than likely.
So the gap's 22 points, so as I understand, the maximum you can get in a weekend's 44, so with Smitsky out, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible for them to clinch it, but they can put in a pretty big certainty. Yeah, they can make it more than comfortable. it'd be nice if something was up for grabs in the last race. So don't do too much, Adri. Just chill. We don't need you on the podium. Let other people enjoy it.
Ghost is actually, he's all over the back of Valedi. He was going through sector 2, but coming through Blanchimont, it doesn't look as if he might actually be running a bit of higher wings, as there are yellows, and MCR has retired from the session. I've also seen Educk and Heated were both going side by side of each other as well. Educk is now past the Toro Rosso and is looking to chase down our current championship leader. He's only 5 seconds behind him.
He should do. He should be more than able. And he gets the fastest lap as well, so that's more for the constructors.
Big W. Yeah.
Yeah, more for the constructors. I think that's gonna work. Oh, sorry, I thought Adri had it. I didn't see it changed again. Jasper and Ibo going side by side. Jasper.
Ghost isn't close enough.
Ooh, Jasper runs really wide. Manages to join before it gets grassy. Ghost is doing it.
Looking at eye up and move on Educk. He's not able to do that. Being on this harder compounder tyre, it's going to be a difficult task for him to do it. Going down the Camel Straight though, he did have that DRS enabled, but as I said, not able to get a move done, and he's just going to have to remain down in P6 for now. Although the guys on the mediums up ahead haven't actually made their pit stop yet, Ledi and Ghost, so technically he is around a net P4, and if anyone else picks up any more penalties, then it can play into his hands.
This is it. I wonder if... Well, Kursk is doing incredibly well. We haven't really spoke much about him, but he's clinging on to that podium.
In fact, he's now within DRS of both Valedi and Ghost, and Adri is just sort of hanging around there as well. So we could see a 4-way fight for first.
This is it. Kursk is doing incredibly well, and he seems to be the one really gaining. If he can get past...
Ghost goes defensive. He's still not passed. Oh, the two medium runners are actually going in and making their way in the pit. So Kursk is now your race leader. With Adri sitting in P2, Educk will inherit that P3 with Heated in 4th. Mark will go up in the 5th. Big W may go in the 6th. It's looking that way.
This is a really intriguing one now. Adri's got clean air, but he's got Educk, and Educk is taking chunks out of him. So I think... Well, it could be interesting. If Adri and Educk have a right old ding-dong, well, Kursk could win this race.
Yeah.
Potentially even Heated, because if they really keep battling and something happens, then...
Hearts can come into it.
Yeah.
The only problem is that the guys that are around Heated, they're all on like, a fresh set of medium. So if they were on like mediums like what Kursk and Adri are on, then it could have been a different story.
Aledi is not out the shout for a podium here because he's got those softs on and he's got to do about 2 seconds a lap quicker than, let's say, Heated. I know he's not on the podium, but that's not necessarily... Well, not even that. He's only 10 seconds behind Heated, so if he can get through this traffic nice and quickly, he's on for a great result. As Big W is almost certainly now not going to be winning this title.
It is getting to that point.
Adri's closing up on Kursk, but I don't think he's going to be particularly thrilled or interested in having a big old battle with him.
As I said, he is in that DRS of Kursk, and with that DRS open as well, he's just wanting to stay within that DRS zone, so he can actually try and build up a bit of a gap towards Educk as well. So Kursk essentially is actually helping Adri along.
Yeah, he'll want to keep this gap. I don't think he'll want it to get down to like 0.5 or something, because then he's going to be forced into making a move.
And actually looking at it, it looks like Adri's actually has built up that gap even more from Educk.
Yeah.
It was about 4.4 last lap, it's now 5.5.
But he might get slowed down a little bit in Sector 2. I don't really know how good the dirty air is simulated around here, but it won't be too fun following behind Kursk. Doesn't seem to be affecting anything though. It's crazy really, because everyone in the top 8 is, I think they're the only ones to not have had any kind of scruffiness in their race. So as long as you keep it clean, you're pretty much nailed on to get, how many points is it? 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adri.
Ebo's just made his way into the pit, so he's on the set of softs now.
Adri getting really, really close in a place that he probably doesn't want to. He either wants to get right on the back of him, so it's an easy pass down the Kemmel Straight, or he doesn't want to be. He certainly doesn't want to be half a second behind him anyway. But this is it. I think if he can just scoot up,
he can hold it going up through Radion and El Rouge.
Yeah, this is it. I think this should be. This is a good enough gap, I think. Half a second, yeah, it should be fine, depending on the wing setup. But Adri normally runs quite aggressive wings anyway. Oh, Ghost with another
5-second penalty. Here we go, this is where we think the move is going to be done. Adri, DRS now open. Bukarsk is going to go into the middle of the track. Adri goes down the inside of the Mercedes, swoops past him. That's move done. Adri is now your current race leader.
Big congratulations to Bukarsk as well, because he's got his own race to run. He wasn't rolling out the carpet. He's thinking, if you want to win this title and by winning this race, you better do it yourself, because I'm not going to help you. Breadbank on the back of Nico is probably the next big move. Both of them having not the best of races. Nico's, I think, got disconnected. I don't think it was particularly his fault. He was running really well.
Breadbank with oozes of penalties, as though he has got no ERS left.
Yeah, that's killed him.
He hasn't been able to get a move done. Yeah.
Ivor scooting onto the back of Heated. Heated must feel. I've been here in these situations where you're on. It seems like a good idea at the time to take the tyres to the end, but then you just feel so powerless when people start rocking up behind you.
It looks like the only one that's actually going to be within a shot of trying to go with these to try and catch up to Adri and Bukarsk. It is looking like the only one out of those guys that had stayed on the softs when the safety car came out is going to be Eduk. Because if you look at it, Mike is about 4.5 seconds behind Eduk. Adri's just picked up another fastest lap on 14 lap old mediums. Wow.
You've got to think Aledi's going to beat that. You've got to think Aledi's going to be. Surely.
Adri's just showing off at this point.
Well, this is it. And Aledi, if Aledi doesn't get this fastest lap sooner rather than later, then that's probably. Well, unless Eduk manages to do it, but. Ivor now on the back of Heated. Heated's going to feel so helpless. Moves to the inside.
Race lead. Adri and Bukarsk going side by side. Both around. Bukarsk having it around the outside. Bit of contact.
Wow.
Sorry, I got spaghetti in my mouth.
Ivor gets past Heated as well. Breadbank looking now to finally get him. He's not managed to save tons of hers.
Oh, Eduk has just got wing damage. I've just watched it come through Brussels corner on the wall as well. He's just smacked it and it's got wing damage.
That's huge. That could be really big for Ivor, really. I can't see Heated really being dragged along with him. Well, Kursk is staying with Adri. And I tell you what, he's not going to be happy.
Job of it.
He's not going to be happy because he was, I wouldn't say forced off, but it was hard racing. I don't think Adri did anything wrong. I think he still left the gap.
Oh my god. He is cutting this fine. He's almost just smacked the wall coming out of sector 2. Beginning of sector 3.
Oh, Jasper's round as well. Well, Kursk is really on the.
El Rouge.
Kursk is really on the back of Adri. I think Adri should be fine to retain the lead unless he gets a really scruffy exit out of corner 1. He does. And he does get a scruffy exit out of corner 1 because Kursk has made up chunks of time.
Although, when I had a look at it, it didn't look like Bukarsk got the neatest run out of it either, but the DRS is now going to be open for the Mercedes driver. Well, keep an eye on his POV to see if he actually does. He is gaining on the Renault, but he's not close enough. So
Yeah,
he's going to have to stay behind him.
Not enough, as Heated is gaining on either, but it's not going to be enough either. But that could be interesting going into the last couple of laps if he can keep this train with him. Obviously, we have no idea of the pen situation either.
I'm more intrigued to see what's going to happen with these two guys on the mediums on the at the front, because I know I said the mediums can go to the end, but they're going to be taking these, what, 19 laps?
This is it.
If the safety car had stayed out one more lap, it definitely would have been possible. With this, it's looking like it may be a struggle for them to keep a hold of it. Although saying that, Adri got the bloody fastest lap the last lap, so
but
you never know.
If the tyre goes, I mean, that'd be a hell of a way to win a title, getting a puncture on the last lap and still winning it. But I don't know if they'll even be in danger of getting any kind of a puncture though. Adri going to the end. Edoc does need to get a move on. Rick thinks the race is over.
Yeah, because of wing damage from Edoc, isn't it?
Yeah, but then Bukursk is doing an incredible job of staying with. He's not using tons of ERS, albeit Adri seems to be using less, so maybe Bukursk.
I know I was saying about Bukursk having, or Adri about having like basically battering ram wings, but I think Bukursk is the one with battering ram wings because he looks a lot quicker than Adri on the straight. And speaking of that, DRS now open for the Mercedes. Will he actually try and go for a move here? He's looking for it. He's going down the inside. Both now side by side. Actually just gives that place up. Maybe try and go for a switchback on the Mercedes, but not able to do so. And that is Bukursk now back into your race lead. Again though, I believe penalties may play a part into it. If I'm not mistaken, Bukursk may actually have a 3-second time penalty.
Adri doesn't need to win this race either.
No.
I think he's almost proving a point. He's almost saying, I've got the best racecraft in the league. I always get a result no matter what the result is, whereas others don't. And I think we can see that from MCR, obviously James not through his fault with his disconnects, Nico, Breadbank, Educ as well, and Ivor have all really, and Big W to be fair, have all had a lot more incidents this season. And I think that,
Heated's been dipped. Heated is in the wall, and he's still going, but he has got he's got wing damage.
Yeah, big wing damage, and I wonder if that's going to get him fastest lap.
Could do. It looked like he lost it coming out the exit of Huon. Must have just gotten on the curb a bit of it. Yeah, he's got massive wing damage on his front left. It's a virtual safety car.
Oh wow, yeah. I was saying he's not even pushing. There's a reason why he's not even pushing. He might as well pit now then. He might as well try and just stick these softs on and get a...
To be fair, I'm actually kind of surprised the top two didn't go for a pit stop then.
Would have been risky.
It would have been a bit of a... It would have been risky, but...
If I was... Well, Heated's just binned it in the pit lane. That won't help matters. But...
He's got no wing at all.
I think Bukursk may have done that if he was in second. You don't give away the lead, do you, with 3 laps to go? And Adri's got no need to put himself back in the pack either, so...
Okay, I take back what I said about Bukursk running the battering ram wings. Adri is definitely the one running those because he was just in 0 ERS and catching up to Bukursk.
Yeah, I think he's toying with him a bit. Not like in a nasty way. I think he's just thinking, I'll just get you the last lap. I don't need to have a dogfight with you for 3 laps. I can just run behind you and get you on the Kemmel straight, and worst comes to worst, and get you on the back straight.
And looking at it as well, Bukursk looks like he's making quite a few mistakes coming through the lap as well.
This is it. The last time I commentated on Bukursk, I gave him the commentator's curse. I hope I don't do it again.
As I said though, I believe Bukursk may have a penalty. Ricciardo in the chat just saying he has a minimum of 6.
Oof. I don't know the exact pen spots, but yeah, it's not looking too healthy for for Kursk. Hopefully, I'd like to see him retain a podium because I think it might be his first one.
With Kursk, it will be his first podium, and in fact, it may be his first race win if he has got a penalty.
Yeah.
Well, I've just seen Adri do a bit of weaving, so I don't know what that was about. But
Is he celebrating?
And Big W are all probably. Aledi and Big W are all really close to each other as well. The both of them, Aledi could actually play a massive part into this. Could get past Big W going down the Camel straight. Aledi did have a bit of a lock up going in towards turn 1. Does get a very good exit coming out of it though.
Yeah, I agree, Rick. His either picks up a pen. That's not going to help him.
No, it's not. But Aledi, here we go. DRS now open for the man in the racing point. Big W. It doesn't look like he's going to go defensive. Aledi on the softer compound tyre. He can brake later. Going down the inside of the McLaren driver. Big W did brake late though. They're both still side by side.
Wow.
Aledi's trying to go for the switchback. May go for a double switchback. And is still going to stay behind the McLaren driver, but I'm still on board with him. Going downhill, I'm not able to get the move done on the McLaren. He's going to have to stay behind him for now. It's good defending from the McLaren driver of Big W.
Nico's done incredibly well.
Some last lap dramas.
Nico's done incredibly well to bring this constructors battle back into the last race. I think, as it stands, he will have 6 points, potentially 5 points. He's going to have 5 points, so they're going to lose a point to the Renaults, which means the gap's 23 points. It sounds like tons, but his Ghost is out. No,
I think he's binned it at the you know, the wall just at the beginning of sector 3.
Yeah,
I think that's where he's binned it.
Terribly unlucky. As Aledi now looking at Big W.
Oh, I thought he was going for a move. He was close to. Oh no, Ghost hasn't actually binned it at the wall. He's binned it. Oh, that's actually quite painful. I don't know why I'm saying that because it's virtual cars, but it looked quite bad. Right,
this is what we need to look at now. Adri.
The final lap. Here we go. Is Adri going to do it?
Has he left too much to do though? I don't think he has.
Adri is weaving. He's weaving. He knows. He knows.
Get it on track. Come on.
Go on, Adri. Get it on track. You may as well.
You've got tons of
The only way that is all going to happen is if Kursk crashes, kills Adri, Edok and Mike.
Ooh, heated for the fastest lap.
But I think we're just going to be watching this victory lap of this Renault driver. Over this whole season, he has been driving exceptionally well. Couple of times where he's been caught up in quite a few incidents. A few times where it's just been a struggle for him to even try and get something going in a race. But at other races, he has been absolutely dominant. And this race, I wouldn't say he's been necessarily dominant because the man ahead of him has been doing pretty well as well, keeping up with him. But here we go. Adri is just now, he's weaving already. He's weaving again.
This race has been almost a microcosm of the whole championship. Everyone else making mistakes and him not pressing.
Yeah, but as we now look around the final corner with Kursk, he comes home to win the race around at Spa. But Adri, he did have a penalty, so Adri does win at Spa and wins the Division 3 championship. So congratulations to Adri for winning, as I said, the Division 3 championship. Exceptional.
It's just been peerless, and I'm just so happy for Kursk for getting his podium. It was never going to get first, but the fact he's just beat out Edok as well, I like to see that. That's good.
Yeah, and that's actually what I was about to say as well. Commiserations to Kursk. He had an exceptional drive. Did manage to stay ahead of Adri, but yeah, nonetheless, an exceptional drive. Heated did end up finishing 8th in the end. Mike actually dropped down to 5th, and Big W managed to go up to 4th.
Look how tight that was. Yeah, look how tight that was. That was unbelievable. But Heated did damage limitation for Heated. He'll be left feeling what if, I think. As we're just waiting for Jasper to come over the line, limping home a little bit. But top 10, 3 points for him. and he did have a messy race. I just don't think he got to grips with Radion, and I can definitely sympathise with that.
Peter was running so well, he could have been within that fight for that podium as well. Nonetheless, did still manage to get points. Probably not where he would have wanted, but that's his first points finish in like in like the last 2 or 3 races.
Yeah. Well done, Adri. Unbelievable performance. It's just, it doesn't do anything. I mean, he just purposely just went down into basically the midfield just to avoid front wind damage.
To be fair, that was probably the smartest thing he could have done.
Unbelievable.
Especially if he knows all he's got to do is just get a couple points to win the championship.
He played a strategic... Oh, I'm struggling with online services apparently. But he tried to play a strategic game, and it actually ended up getting him the win. You know, that kind of performance should get you about 7th or 8th max, but just unbelievable.
Absolute dominant drive from the Spaniard in the Renault.
8 seconds of pens.
Yeah, there are your results. Adri winning at Spa, his best track, and winning the Drivers' Championship. So congratulations, vamos to Adri. Congratulations. P2 was Wakas. Commiserations to him once again. He had an exceptional drive, especially keeping up with Adri on that one as well, from P8 and all. Eduk did finish 3rd, with Big W finishing in 4th due to penalties. Mike finishing 5th, Aledi 6th, Nico 7th, Heated 8th, Breadbank in 9th, Jasper in 10th, Ibo, Ghost, MCR, Vettel, Car Cannon. I don't know, a couple others I didn't manage to actually catch them just at the bottom, but they did manage to have exceptional drives. Unfortunate for Ghost because he was running quite high as well, just spinning it on the final couple of laps, so unfortunate for him. But that is that Drivers' Championship. Yeah, he did. He managed to get a point at, I think he finished 20%, sorry, 90% of the race, so.
Fair. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'd like to have been in Heated's car when he was 17 seconds behind Breadbank and still managed to beat him on pens. I bet I've been thinking, what on earth has gone on here? But right, I'm going to try and reload my profile. I don't think it's going to work, but yeah, we'll end that stream here then, I guess.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching once again for the Division 3 stream. It's currently going on at the moment. I will quickly just see who is the one that is in the lead. Currently it's actually New Waluigi in the lead.
Wow.
But he's still got to make a pit stop at the moment. But again, if you want to catch that, that is currently going on at the moment. James has said being the commentator for it, so make sure you go and watch. Division 2 will be starting in a matter of about 10 minutes time, so again, make sure you tune into that. I've been J. Cole, the man next to me has been Mark. I say next to me, in the party with me, it's been Mark. You got any final words?
No, I was just impressed, just so impressed by watching Adri this season, and it's just never been in doubt for me. Everyone talked about James early on, but it was fairly clear from fairly early in the season this was going to be the result. So no, congratulations to Adri.
Yeah, so once again, thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you next week for the final race of the season around Brazil. How on earth